Welcome to the Wealth, Wisdom, and Winners Hub, where clarity meets strategy so you can listen, learn, and leverage your way to success.
Your problem isn't a lack of goals. Your problem is drowning in too many of them. Warren Buffett revealed a secret that explains why most people never succeed. Buffett called it the two-list strategy. It sounds simple, but it rewires how you think about goals and exposes the silent trap that keeps people stuck. Imagine writing down your top 25 goals in life. Not just random wishes, but the things you desperately want. This list feels powerful at first, but here's the danger. When you see 25 goals, your brain lies to you. It tells you that having more means doing more, but in reality, more goals almost always means more failure. Think about the last time you had multiple dreams pulling at you. Maybe you wanted to build a business, get fit, write a book, and travel the world. Each of those is worthy, but together they stretch you thin until none of them gets the attention it deserves. You end up drained, scattered, and frustrated instead of fulfilled. Now Buffett says, pick the 5 that matter most, just 5 out of 25. This is where your heart starts to ache, because choosing means letting go. Why does it hurt to pick 5? Because the other 20 feel like dreams you're killing, but here's the truth. They're not dreams, they're distractions. On one list, your top 5. On the other 20. One is your life, the other is your poison. And here's the genius of Buffett's insight. It isn't only about what you choose, it's about forcing you to admit what you must avoid. Those 20 are seductive. They look productive and feel important, but they drain your energy from the 5 that really matter. Think of them as sugar. They give you a quick rush of satisfaction, but in the long run, they rot your potential from the inside out. Now pause and picture your own life. Imagine how different things would look if you poured all your energy into 5 goals that actually mattered. How quickly would progress multiply if nothing distracted you? Winners don't just chase goals, they protect focus. They guard their time like treasure. Losers, even hard-working ones, do the opposite. They scatter their attention across every shiny idea, and years later they wonder why they never broke through. This is why people can be busy for decades and still feel like failures. Busyness without focus is wasted motion. It looks like progress, but it delivers nothing of substance. So let me ask you right now, which 5 would you choose if this was your only shot, and which 20 would you be brave enough to lock away forever? Your answer reveals the future you're building. In truth, the 20 you avoid define you more than the 5 you choose. Focus is the ultimate act of courage. Let's be honest. Most people never choose. They keep juggling all 25, hoping that sheer willpower will push them through. But their lives end up scattered, exhausted, and full of half-finished dreams. Think about someone you know who is always starting new things. New diets, new businesses, new hobbies. They rarely finish what they start because they never chose their 5. They live in the land of distraction. Now imagine the opposite. Picture someone who picked 5 and gave everything to them. Their energy multiplied and their progress accelerated. People around them started asking, how do you get so much done? The answer wasn't talent, it was focus. But here's the twist most people miss. Writing 2 lists isn't the end, it's only the beginning. Because once you have the 5, a new danger shows up. This danger is subtle. It creeps in after you've made your choice. And it can quietly destroy your progress before you ever reach the finish line. Most people never see it coming. They think they're safe once the list is written, but their habits prove otherwise. Here's an example. Let's say one of your top 5 is to write a book. You're excited and determined, but then someone asks you to join their podcast, take a new course, or help with their project. Each one sounds useful, but each one steals time from your book. Little by little, your days fill with activities that are good, but not aligned. Before you know it, weeks pass, and your book hasn't grown a single page. You didn't abandon your goal, but you starved it. That's the hidden enemy. And here's the truth. You can know your top 5 and still fail them completely if you don't guard against the hidden enemy Buffett warned about. Let me illustrate this another way. Imagine a farmer who plants 5 crops in his best fields, but instead of watering those 5, he spends half his time tinkering in the yard, building fences, and trying out new tools. His crops die, not from neglect, but from divided attention. That's the tragedy of scattered focus. The 5 wither while the 20 demand your time. You feel busy, but you're starving the very seeds of your success. Now ask yourself, what distractions are eating your time today? Social media, endless meetings, projects you agreed to out of guilt? Each one feels harmless, but together they strangle your 5. This is where Buffett's wisdom becomes life-changing. The courage to choose 5 must be matched by the discipline to say no to the 20. Not once, but every single day. Think about it like building muscle. One trip to the gym doesn't transform you, but daily, focused reps over time create strength. Saying no to the 20 is your daily workout in discipline. The people who succeed don't just set priorities, they enforce them. They treat their 5 like sacred commitments. Everything else, no matter how shiny, is set aside until the mission is complete. And here's a secret. When you practice this, you discover something surprising. Life gets lighter, your mind feels clearer, and progress feels faster. Because the weight of the 20 is no longer dragging you down. So let me challenge you. Right now, write your 25 goals. Then choose your 5. But don't stop there. Circle the other 20 and write this across the top. Do not touch until my 5 are complete. That visual act creates power. Because in that moment, you've named your distractions. You've robbed them of their disguise. And now you can spot them the second they creep into your schedule. Warren Buffett didn't become one of the world's wealthiest men by scattering his focus. He mastered the art of concentration. He invested deeply in a few things and ignored the rest. That's why his advice carries weight. You don't have to be an investor to use this wisdom. You just need to be a person with dreams. The 2-list strategy works whether your goal is wealth, health, relationships, or personal growth. The principle is the same. So here's your crossroads. Will you continue juggling 25, secretly hoping one will work out? Or will you choose 5, guard them fiercely, and finally taste the joy of finishing what you start? The decision is yours. But the results are predictable. The scattered stay scattered. The focused rise. Which one will you be? Stay tuned for video 2. That's where I'll reveal the hidden enemy of your success and show you how to defend yourself so your top 5 actually get done.
You've been watching the Wealth, Wisdom, and Winners Hub. Subscribe now and keep winning every day.